One selfish stream. I am Cog the Cat, and we are back tonight with Twitch-in. So, last time that we played, we had a lengthy depression in which the city was pretty much completely ruined. But we've come back rather nicely after getting rid of that bond. We replaced our power, and we started developing again in Dutchess Valley as well as the Little Detroit Airport. We also played around with some disasters, so there is still a VOD available, and if not, then you can always find that over on my YouTube channel, where all of this business is going to be hosted. So yeah, let's get started. So we've got a couple areas that we were looking to expand into. We were going to run roads up this way and start getting this plateau taken care of. Excuse me. We do need to connect this area, this little commerce and industry park, over to the airfield, as well as finishing the airfield itself, and then we were also going to develop Dutchess Valley proper. I think that's probably going to be our first goal, since we do want to start getting some of the dense residential going up on this mountainside. After that, I think we're probably going to go back over to the airport because I want to get that squared away as much as possible. Now, I am noticing a little bit of lag. I hope that is not because of the system uptime. In order to prevent the crashes that we've been dealing with lately, I actually did leave the game running last night, on pause obviously, but I got it running such that it wouldn't crash when I hit the right arrow or the down arrow, and then decided that it was better safe than sorry, and that I should keep it how it was rather than trying to fuss with it again today. Now, I don't know if that's going to cause any issues with lag or with other performance problems. It looks like it may already be having some sort of latency issue, as you can see from the mouse cursor juddering around a little bit. But hopefully we can at least work through that, if not avoid the problem entirely. So let's get building. Let's bring the road up to about there, and then we'll start in with the dense residential. Let's also take it off pause so that we can see the city run and grow in the meantime, and get all those weird sound effects too. Mustn't try doing it without that. Yeah, it looks likely that we'll need to restart the game, or possibly the entire virtual machine. I hope not, because that would sort of suck, but it may happen that way. We'll see. Let's power and water the new areas. Remember, everyone, Zzz. Yeah, as usual, Basilisk is not loving this situation. Oh, Basilisk, it's always something with you, isn't it? Oof. Yeah, it's not happy. Tell you what, I'm going to put us on BRB status for just a second and restart the VM, see if I can't get this thing to behave properly, and if we have more than, let's say, 20 minutes of issues, so in other words, we're putting a cutoff. Oh, terribly sorry, excuse me. We're going to put a cutoff. Yeah, thank you for that, Simcopter. We're going to put a cutoff on this at 7:30. If we can't get it wrangled by then, we will switch over to OpenTTD. But for now, we're gonna try and bear with it. I do apologize for the fact that these technical issues just will not go away for very long, and I unfortunately can't promise very much as far as getting them to stop persisting quite so much. Oof, that is really bad audio glitching. Yeah, just as well we're restarting this. Just need you to save. Okay. Okay. So we'll close SimCity and reopen it. If that works, then great. I kind of think it probably won't, though. It didn't. Okay. Okay. It is unfortunately really getting to be sort of a chore fixing this every day. Or more like fighting with it on a daily basis. Hopefully, whatever underlying issue it has will go away soon and we just won't have to deal with it anymore, but unfortunately right now that's just not where we're at. So... Ooh, that's not a good sound. Ugh. Up, left, right, crash. Okay. It almost... Call me crazy, but it almost seems like this is somehow, like, time delayed, because every day at around 7:45 it just magically starts working without me changing anything. And I am utterly at a loss for why that would be. One point of note that is probably not obvious is that I am using, well, selectively obvious, we'll say. I am using the Restreamio service to do this, to keep this stream on as many services as I can muster. And as a result, it should be able, be able to read messages from my Discord chat. It may need further configuration, I'm not entirely sure, but it is supposed to be capable of doing that. And then reposting those to our main chat. So hopefully, that will make things just that little bit easier to work with. I again do apologize just for the ongoing frustration that is trying to get a super dodgy virtual machine to play nice with a modern system. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna just put us into BRB status. I'll get this sorted out as quick as I can and be back. If nothing else, like I said, give it another 10-15 minutes and we will be doing something more productive than sitting here staring at a weight screen. So, so I would not blame you if you decided to check back then. Okay, I think we're back. Okay. So that's that done with. All that lovely little repeatedly restarting business. Okay. So let's do the 2042 budget, shall we? It really astonishes me how little difference the police department has made. This is your police department funding. Police departments reduce crime and stop riots. But do they, though? Like, do they actually? It's very, very odd. The books give you detailed information and control for each of the budget categories. Right. So, got our new little district starting to spring up over here. Good for you, Simcopter 1. We'll have that road there for later. So I don't know why there's that, I'm not sure if it's audible on stream, but there's a bit of a crackling in the audio. And I'm not sure why that is. I am a little concerned by it because it didn't seem to be happening nearly so badly the last couple times we've streamed, but it also seems relatively manageable given what else we're putting up with to make this work today. So we have enough money for another row of airport here. So we still need 2,500. And that will fill out everything that we're currently looking to do. I am concerned by the fact that commercial demand is down so far and has seemed to be for quite a while. Let's check the tax rate for them. 7%. Wow, that's. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the tax rate they've got right now. I just. I wonder if we've got a sales tax ordinance. No, we haven't. That being the case, I'm not sure what the issue is. So at this point, there's little to do but wait to build up a little bit more cash. Also, while we were away, I tested the Discord integration on Restream, and it looks like that's currently not working. So I'm going to need to get that looked at later. At least as of right now, it's not a terribly big deal, so we're not going to worry about it. At some point, we're also going to want to take another look at traffic and just see if we can alleviate some of those problems. There's not a lot we can do about it right now, partially because of the money and partially because of the way that the city is laid out. There just isn't really a good place for a bus stop in most of the city wide. What this nice little spot is. Oh. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Okay, so it looks like the commercial demand is starting to recover a little bit. Uh-oh, hurricane warning. That's not good. I hope that goes away. very nervous about the water at this point, just because of the hurricane warning that we saw a few minutes ago. I don't feel like I'm unjustified in my paranoia, because yeah, we don't want to. We just don't want that. We don't want to deal with that. Our airport's looking super weird. No surprise there. There goes the chopper. He's gonna complain about traffic any second now. Maybe he won't. I feel like he's going to. Let's kick it ahead to 2044 and then build up the rest of the airport. Should have just enough money. Just about enough. Maybe a little bit shy, 1 or 2 tiles. Yeah, we're 1 tile shy of the whole thing. Okay. Another couple of buildings springing up there, which is good. That's filling out nicely. I wonder if we want to... I almost wonder if we want to bring it out 1 more tile. I feel like that's probably a bad idea, but... As in 1 tile here, just make it a little bit longer. At least right now, I don't think we'll worry about that. We do want to bring some more commercial into Duchess Valley. Well, exactly where might be a little bit of a challenge. Let's do it this way. Run it that way. And then have some side roads to cover this stuff in. Round that out as well. So put dense residential in this area. Just fill that out. With the last $11 to our name, we gotta power it. I don't love the idea of leaving it like that, but there's not much else to do. We can only even afford 1 pipe anyway. We can use these roads to also fill in along this side and this side a little bit more. So I think we're good as far as the general layout. We just need to fill it in a little bit better. So the firefighters want more money, possibly another fire department. Fire station, rather. Which I don't know whether I want to give them just yet. But we're going to probably need to soon. Let's pipe all this stuff up. So that's good. Ooh, we get a water shortage. Oof. We're probably also going to want to build some water towers once we get the initial shortage taken care of. Alright, well, let's get this all powered up first, and then we'll worry about that after. Alright, so that should all be good. That should start growing on its own. We've kickstarted a little bit, leaving all of the power lines out like that. Now, more pumps. should keep us for a good little while. Power them all. Now, I could be mistaken about this. I could be misremembering, but I believe that the way that these work is that they are they're governed by how much water is next to them. So how many tiles of water they're adjacent to. So this guy's giving us 3,600. I think there's some random factor as well, but and there's also something about like where the water is coming from. So if it's water tiles designated as ocean, then you need like a desal plant to make better use out of it. Speaking of which, we should probably build one of those at some point. Desal, $1,000, so maybe next year. Probably not, though. It's probably going to be there. Forest Arco, installed by Edinburgh. Schneider, an unexpectedly unheard of felon who would have liked to stay that way, was an integral part of the group that installed the most ingenious innovation to date, Forest Arco. When asked how he could install such an amazing concept, especially given his lack of experience, he muttered, "Really, it was the cat lure that inspired me. Once I noticed that, the Forest Arco just came to me." Having served distraught hard time for the other things that, quote, just came to him 7 years ago during a jaywalking, the inventor feels nothing but insanity about cleaning up his livelihood. So, okay, bitter industry. Okay, so they like our educated labor pool, that's good. And what is this? The microscopic thrashers. I don't know what that means. Oh, kinky facets. Well, hostilities flare in Brazil. I don't think any of that's relevant to us. Okay, so we need water towers next. I think that's going to be our priority. Probably sneak one in right next to that. Just plop it down right here. Okay. Oh, and we need to also pipe up the new pumps, or else they aren't going to do us any good at all. Right. Yeah, I was forgetting something. Yeah, we're good. Budget's looking happy this year. Yeah, let's put up some desal. Look at that. That's just lovely. It's a desalinization plant, and they've helpfully labeled it with little water squiggly lines, and now everybody in the world knows what it's for. And that then, that from this point onwards will make our water system more efficient. So hopefully we'll have fewer little droughts. And this should also help on account of it's now full. The trouble with water towers is that sometimes you don't know you need to use them until it's way too late to do anything. But hopefully we'll be able to avoid that outcome. And speaking of loud plane noises, buildings. Could you tell these are buildings, everybody? Tarmac, radar, and the control tower. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's time that we get this road finished. Or at least connected. So we'll have it like that for now, since that's where the piping already is. And we'll start putting some nice residential, some light residential down here. Just fill that demand real quick. Using the space that we have. I ought to turn the view around so I can actually see what I'm doing, right? But who would do a silly thing like that? Right, there's that. Zzz-ed. $6. Okay. We're broke again. Uh-oh. 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 Let's just have some fire. Wow, that's a lot of fire all of a sudden. Okay, hold up. I can't see what I'm doing. So we have three firefighters. So resume the game. Oh, crap. That got out of hand real quick. Wow, alright. What do you mean I can't send fire trucks into the fire? Holy crap! Our engine's making a clink-clankety thunk bang kind of noise, were the final words recorded by Air Twitchton pilot Horace Kirby. 2 seconds later, the Air Right 950, loaded with bold passengers returning from their vacation in Santa Cruz, plummeted to the ground, killing all 95 aboard after about 6 minutes. This is the worst airline catastrophe I've ever seen, said SAA official Annette Pearson. You can bet that there will be an inquiry to find out just what happened. Twice in 2 months is more than coincidence, stated Pearson, referring to last month's crash of an empty Air Right 950 after suffering an engine failure. That's timely. Let's date the stream a little bit and point out that that sounds an awful lot like that Boeing business from the other week. Jeez. Okay. Feeding friendly dinosaurs? Excuse me. This is Simcopter 1 reporting mass destruction. Oh my, that display's gotten a little messed up. Okay, well, best to clear the rubble. Wait, I can't clear the rubble. Let's clear the rubble next year. Okay. So first things first, let's put back the road since that doesn't cost us anything extra. I feel like these are supposed to be connected. Alright, now we can clear out the rubble, which seems to have formed in some weird places. It's not supposed to be able to put that tile on slopes. Oh well. Remember to zzz, everybody. Remember to zzz. Oh, what a mess. Whoops. Wrong zoning. Wrong zoning. Got these people who live out by the airport, listening to the airplanes screaming by every day. Let's put some commerce out here. That is what they were yelling about earlier anyway. No, not another D-cell. One's plenty for now. We're probably also going to want to build more power soon. Well, actually, wait, I don't know. Because we've got 44 plants. You know what, let's still work on filling this out. Boop 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 boop. Yeah, let's focus on filling that up. Then we will come back to the airport and Duchess Valley. That sounds fine. Let's make it next year. And I can't even imagine, had I been playing this the way that I originally sort of hoped I'd have the mental fortitude for, and built like an expiring power plant each time. Whew. I mean, the hope, obviously, is to fully future-proof the town. Yeah, this is all acceptable for now. Five more. Oh no. Oh no. I think it's the big one, you guys. I think it's happening. The big hurricane. Oh, crud. Wait, now what is this? How does the water even get back here? I don't buy it. Okay, so it's receding. Wow. Okay. Tempestuous winds had the final say yesterday in a stormy interlude with coastal residences. Ferocious gusts flattened waterfront houses between 11th and 6th Street and even demolished a crane. Authorities say that 13 inhabitants perished in the blow. Hurricane victims are living in temporary shelters and expect to start rebuilding as soon as debris is cleared and power is restored to the area. With characteristic Twitchton warmth and community support, the 3 local construction companies volunteered man-hours to help citizens rebuild. A local sandwich shop created a special hoagie to commemorate the occasion. The massive, properly bumpy Snake Deluxe. I mean... It sounded good until the name. Okay, well, the Lightning Ridge power lines are just all screwed up. I think that's okay. Let's get the debris out, then we'll get the power back on. Oh man, one of my bus stations went with it. Oh crap. Not exactly the most precise tool ever. It's a good opportunity to rezone some more. out the docks. Bunch of the residential. Oof. That's rough. Oh, and there's water treatment gone. Alright, so the power upgrade is gonna have to wait. That much is absolutely certain. And I guess the upshot to this is that none of these houses, or none of these buildings have power, so they're not gonna just come back on their own. Whew. Rough times in Twitchton. Get the de-zoning tool and start wiping some of this down. Okay. I can rezone this as dense. No, we can't. Wait. Well, let's put the road and the power back up first, since we have the money for that straight away. Wow. Alright, so we survived a hurricane. And go figure, suddenly the demand for industrial is way the heck up. Wonder how that could have happened. Oh crap. Whoops. Bus depot here and here. Come on now. Come on now. Be like that. Well, let's see if we can afford to put the water treatment plant back in. 500. Nope. Citizens demand zoo. Just about time for a zoo, it looks like, once all of this is cleaned up. Water treatment. You already have a marina. Why do you want another one? And Bus depot. Oh. Because you are a stationary building, you don't have any power because all this got blown up. Okay. A little bit more redundant power there. Not a ton. I don't think that's going to actually do all that much good, but we can pretend. Let's also put some power lines out along here. Get that rebuilt a little faster.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
Yeah. Whatever. And there was somewhere I thought I saw some rubble that didn't along wherever it was. Ooh, what's that all about now? Is that, what is that, like fire damage or something? Get that road back where it belongs. Alright, so the zoo. The zoo. Costs $3,000. So we're gonna need to wait at least 3 or 4 years. Probably 4 years because they want another marina as well. Everything's fine enough. How much does a marina cost? That's 1,000, isn't it? Yeah. So we can at least meet that demand right away, I think. Instantly just pew, boats. And they want a stadium. Ow! Come on, man. It's $8,000 in addition to what I just spent. What is happening to the roads? I'm paying you, road guy. I'm paying you. What do you want from me? Is this an extortion effort? Alright, is there any more? Is this all just like hurricane damage that I somehow missed? Alright, you know what, let's do. This D zone. A little bit over here. Put down the bus station. See if we can like slightly reduce the traffic problems that we're dealing with. Certainly not going to go away, but maybe we can make them a little less bad. Maybe. I do like this little diagonal ant crawl thing we got going on over there. The stadium is almost certainly going to have to wait. What? Dude, come on, I just cleared that. I did like that building. Oh gosh. I'm exactly even broke. Okay. last little bit of rubble there.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
Now, what to do? I can fill out the last 4 tiles. We need 4 more tiles of power before we're done with that project. Or we can meet the RCI demand. Let's go ahead and put some more industry up just to keep the citizens off me a little bit. No, not more bus depots. I mean, I probably should, but no. Doing roads right now. We're not doing buses, we're doing regular roads. Let's see about getting this extended a little further. It may have become obvious by now, but I'm sort of distractible. For example, we're doing this now instead of all that stuff that I was going to do before. Pretty hard negative on commercial there. I wonder why. What's the problem with it? There's always so much going on that, like, the tiniest little shift in the balance suddenly tanks part of your city for no reason. It's always challenging to figure out what, where, when, and why. And what to do about it. We have too many roads. Road guy does not like roads. But so here's the thing, I do like roads. And I'm gonna build the roads where I want them. You don't get a say, road guy. Start putting houses down on this thing. As was the plan from quite a while ago. I'll just run the power lines all the way up both sides of the road. And I think that's all going to end up watered. Is it? Not quite. This is not going to be watered. Now it will be watered. It will all be properly watered, and everything is fine, and this boat is stuck. I'm pretty sure only one kind of boat exists. One specific boat. Just a bunch of duplicate copies. Huh, weird. I'm sure that's intentional, but it's also very, very strange. Didn't I just put a bus stop there? Or was that somewhere else? Am I imagining things? Oof. 2 bus stops right near there. I still need another one to keep up with the traffic. Okay, well, that spot is going to be a bus stop now. I don't like buses, I like trains. I want to make trains, but this game's trains suck, so it's all buses all the time. Ah! It's gonna make lots of buses, and that'll be fine. We'll pretend that that's the equivalent of, like, actually having a good road system. Nah, that would be silly. Yeah, I'd really like to get some more of this road system in check, but there just isn't much to do about it. Fire response merely adequate. How can it be? I'm not even sure where else to put buses because we've got so many bus stops already. Not that many, I guess, but enough, or what should be enough. What a mystery. Right, well, let's finish the power project, because we've got plenty of money to do that right now. One, two, three, four, five. Alright. So that's our power taken care of for the foreseeable future. I feel like one of these intersections in this block needs a bus stop. Probably right here. Looks like it's gotta be that guy. And I do need to pause the game so that it doesn't build over it again, because I'm getting sick of that happening. Alright. I don't think any of the power lines were specifically dependent on that building. We might have a power problem with the rest of this stuff, though. Yeah, okay, we're fine. That'll all come back on its own. And we have a space reserved. The city still hates commercial for some reason. That's unfortunate. But on the, I guess, plus side, we've got all the sad music again. So that's neat. Well, had. Game's making me a liar. Alright. Oh, welcome. And welcome to you as well. Looks like we've got Jesse on and Mangao Domu Kurosawa. I'm absolutely certain I butchered that name, I'm sorry. But welcome to both of you. Welcome to the Selfish Stream, where we play dumb games like this. You've both missed it. We actually had the big hurricane finally. Oh no. You know, we had a hurricane, we had a plane crash. It was an exciting couple minutes there. Oh no! Forgot to water these. Wait, oh no, I know what happened. I know why they don't have water. Oh, gosh, fire coverage is getting expensive. I don't have water because I forgot to lay this freaking water main. Okay, that's all fine now. The citizenry is on me to build a stadium, and they also want a zoo, which between them is $8,000. So they're just gonna have to wait. That's all there is to it. They're just gonna have to wait. We've been replacing a lot of these intersections. Oh, excuse me, of the buildings in these intersections with bus stops, because the traffic is pretty bad. Weirdly, Little Detroit doesn't seem to have this problem. Nobody goes over there. I can't blame them, but it's also somewhat counterintuitive. Yeah, the hurricane wiped out most of this, like this entire stretch. Oh geez, we're actually still down a water pump now that I look at it. Wiped out most of the dock, took out the decel. Yeah, wiped out 2 bus stops over here. So like just the named buildings alone were $1,100 to replace. So that was fun. Fortunately, we had some money on hand, so the reconstruction went pretty smoothly, all told. Alrighty. Now, at this point, my focus has mostly been on continuing to build up Duchess Valley. A lot of other stuff has come up in the last little bit that's kind of prevented that from working out. 4 bus stops in the city. Wrong game, Jesse on. Wrong game. That is actually our fallback if the technical issues that we were having with SimCity continue or get any worse than they were, then we will be switching over to OpenTTD. That's our backup. I've got a nice scenario that I designed for that, and really goofy mod pack. Lots of weird stuff in there. So we'll be switching over to that probably. If nothing else, once we're done with this, that's the next thing on the list. Now, in the meantime, let's see. So we wrapped up construction of the original planned airport. It's, for some reason, it's decided to stop growing. I don't really know what that's all about. But at least all of the tiles I initially planned have been placed. I would like to build it further out, but it's 1, expensive, and 2, may not even grow into that space to begin with, so for now we're leaving it how it is, which takes care of most of the goals from last time. We finished our power block over here, so Lightning Ridge's large hydroelectric dam is supplying all of our city's power, and will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. So, with that in mind, and at this point, I think we're basically where we want to be for just starting to grow out. So right now what I'm going to do is let some money build up. We're going to build a zoo and a stadium, and then we're gonna keep pushing out into the rest of Duchess Valley and start filling that space in a little bit more efficiently.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
So, other than the plan as I've laid it out so far, is there anything specific that we want to aim at? Alright, fair enough. Then we proceed with the plan. So, that means it's time to accelerate time. It's time for more time to happen. Or whatever. So, let's see, the revenue's dipping down a little bit. Oh, hospitals need more. Yeah, our cash flow's flagging slightly. That is unfortunate. You know, I'll bet it's because of all the bus stations. Hey everybody, wanna float a bond? Let's not. Took up 2/3 of a game session to get rid of the last one. So I'll just kind of excuse myself. Yeah, so it looks like 3 more years and we can afford both structures and the roads necessary to reach them and all of the other business. It's tedious to do this every year, but I find that it's important to at least check. Listen to the music, trying desperately to keep up with the year timer. Alright, 7,000. Almost. 2064. $8,295. So, where's the zoo gonna go? The Duchess Valley Zoo. We're gonna put that... we're gonna put that... where? Kinda want it up on this hillside, so we're gonna flatten out some of that. Oh, that'll do. Let's put us below our quota. But that's alright. We don't need to worry too terribly about that. And if we're doing that anyway, then let's actually flatten one more tile. So that we can get it... Well, let's just flatten this out. May as well make it look aesthetically pleasing. Alright. So yeah, zoo. We need a little bit of space for that road to curve around the zoo. Ah! We will run power lines that way. And that way. And then we need to bulldoze one house right here. And then we can put a road, no, not a bus depot, a road here. Wow, thanks for that, game. Alright, so now we have our zoo. And actually that's more road than we need, so let's wipe out 3 tiles of that. No, no. Let's wipe out 4 tiles of that and then place this, which lets us put more dense residential down along here. And then we can run the road that way instead. To that tile, and then back down. That way we can branch off of here and come up this this hill. We can also bring this along here and fill this in with houses. We'll just block that in as well while we're at it. Yeah, well, that looks good. We do need some water underneath it. Not a water pump, water pipes. It's all connected up, and I believe this stuff should all just grow in by itself. That should all be fine. We also have the zoo, Peruvian llamas 77, Andean llamas 32, alpacas 30, and other dromedaries 66. And a report of heavy traffic, but we don't care about those so much. Same as we don't care about the crime in this town. Okay. Now, we also, coincidentally, have enough this year for a stadium. We want this to be a little more central. The zoo can be kind of its own thing, but we want the stadium to be accessible to the whole town, and particularly near the wealthy homes, because that's how stadiums work. Haha, political commentary, haha. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So what'll it be? Football, baseball, soccer, cricket, or rugby. And then we also need a team name. My initial instinct is to play on the idea of Twitch and have like the coffee beans or something. But as for which sport, got nothing on that. Ooh. Sorry about that. Is it up again? Are we in good shape? Twitched into tarantulas. You know what? That's gonna be the next one, I think. Because that is an amazing name. And we are going to eventually want to build up a little bit more sport presence. Look, we've got a stadium, there's no road leading to it, there's no water in the entire stadium, but it exists. We've got the Twitch and Coffee Beans playing baseball on what appears to be a football field. That's fine. We won't question it. The citizens' demands have been met. Tax dollars at work, eh? Alright, road access now. Wait, you can do that? Oh, I don't know if I like that. Well, I guess it's more space efficient. Just don't love that, like, concrete barrier look that we've got going on down there. Suppose let's connect the roads and pretend like that was the intention all along, eh? Dense residential. Just stripe it up along there. As well. Okay. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's perfect. Now, power. And I've accidentally bulldozed somebody's house, but it's okay, it was empty. Why don't people want to live right here? High density residential, 250 feet. No crime, low pollution, powered water. Why is that empty? High demand for residential. Okay, whatever. Unless I forget to do it freaking again. Looks good, and that'll also water the new stadium just fine. All right, next, let's build around the other side of it. So that's where we want the road going up here to live. The only place we need to do that? No, it isn't. That should fix it, though. I'm out of money again. It is really genuinely astonishing how easy it is to spend absolutely all of your money getting almost nothing done in this game. And while it is pretty easy to get money back, you just kind of have to sacrifice a lot to do it usually. Well, that should be able to build. Let's power it all up. And water the roads. So that doesn't sound like a deranged thing to do at all. I'm going to water the roads. The roads need to be watered. Excuse me, maybe we can water the roads together? Yeah, that doesn't sound ridiculous at all. Yeah, okay. And let's also make the world's least well-kept park. It's literally in the backyard of a giant football stadium that plays baseball? I don't know. We only have the one graphic for it.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
That's a little bit more here that we can build. I do like treating this game as like an efficiency puzzle where you're trying to eke out every last little bit of usage out of a space. I find that fun. Maybe that's weird. Definitely that's weird. Who finds that fun? Besides me. Okay, so we've got commercial and industrial demand slowly recovering, which is good. While we have both the money and the space, let's just plop a bus depot down over here just in case. And power the bus depot because I have the attention span of a goldfish and forgot to do that. Let's toss some nice towers up over here. Whoops! No. Dense. We need it dense. It needs to be dense. Ah, crap. And we have $17 to our name, so that's great. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe we finally take a crack at the crime problem. We have police stations just absolutely everywhere, accomplishing literally nothing. And we're not paying them anything. So, I'm not sure why I expect them to accomplish anything. But yet, here I am, expecting that exact thing. To place our new police station or stations, possibly, let's first find out where we have the biggest problems. Crime rate. Unsurprisingly, it's in Dutchess Valley where there is no police presence at all. Police power is really focused there, actually. What the heck? I wonder if that's like where they try and deploy or actually what the catchment area of the police stations are. It's kind of hard to tell. Well, let's plop one of these down over here. It is gonna have to be here or somewhere else entirely. If it's any closer, I won't be able to run the road around without flattening out that mountain, which, you know, isn't ideal. That should be okay, actually. It's not going to get in the way of anywhere we want the roads to be anyway, and it is within road range, and it's far enough away that we won't block anything. So I think that's what we want. And then we also want to increase police presence on this side of town. Still no change at all. I mean, I really don't understand. Is it that they aren't in range of the... I don't get it. I'm not going to build another one for a little while. I think we're okay for now. I wonder if the problem is that we don't have a prison. Build it out in the lake. Sure, why not? No. I don't really want a prison, though, is the thing. I think it's really just time to start zoning more industrial out here. There's not a lot else to do at the minute. Traffic problems are mostly under control. Alright, let's get this zoned and see what happens. Is that the next 6? Yeah, it is. It's gonna look a little bit ugly later. That's okay though. So you know what we're gonna do now is prepare for next year when we can build a connection to our neighbors. I've made a mistake. Crap. We are going to kind of flood the city with industry a little bit. Fusion power! And so has Dr. Young, the brain behind the invention. Dr. Young, who had been making ends meet for the last 9 years by painting houses with the help of the children from his wife's daycare business. I feel like I've heard this before. President turns 96. Fourth and Main shootout. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's get our industry all wired up. You have too many power lines. Delete some power lines to save money. You just know they'd have an equivalent of road guy, but for power lines, if that was the case. It would be similarly absurd. Well, I'm tempted to keep building industry over here, but I am a little bit worried about the RCIs because right now industry is very high, but that could all of a sudden change. And then we'd be kind of screwed. I have loads of this going abandoned for no reason. Got enough money for 29 tiles of something. Ah, hurricane warning. Just gonna save real quick. Just gonna save before the hurricane this time. Alright, check out this stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is create a connection, which is you spend $1,000, you get a signpost, and then all commercial and industry citywide, but especially in that area, becomes more valuable. The property rates go up, the tax rate, or like you can get more tax money out of them. It's just generally good, and it makes it faster for people to move into your city. Now, normally that's the kind of thing that I start with right at the beginning. I make I'll start in a corner and build 2 connections for $2,000, and then as a result, I've got an immediate leg up on growing my city. But in this case, starting by the ocean seemed to just make more sense, and it was fun to do something a little different. And I think he missed the runway and landed on the road. Okay. You alright there, buddy? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that should all be able to fill up pretty easily. I'm not really worrying too much about commerce right now, even though I'd like to, just because I don't want to have the office buildings in this polluted, nasty district over here. Yeah, we definitely need to put another fire department down someplace. I've got one over here, so we'll have to check and see where firepower is weak. And we need a bus depot before I forget to do that also. Honk honk. And now we water it all, because that hasn't been done either. Alright. And that all looks good. Everything's watered, everything's powered. Got roads going to everything that needs roads. This nice little frontage area over here can probably run up over this at some point. Yeah, so that's in good shape. Wow, there's still industrial demand? Alright, well, let's worry about meeting that commercial demand first for a little bit. And then in these areas where it doesn't make any sense to do dense because you won't get any benefit from it, I typically prefer to put a little bit of light in those areas. So it looks nice, frankly. And that's gonna have... Well, it doesn't have water. Oops. And I'm bad at making sure that the water system is fixed. That should be okay. Is there anything isolated from the roads? No. So all of those, once they build in, should have water just fine. Cool. Alright. Okay, so we've got commercial district looking rather nice over there. A little weird with all the cloned buildings, but that's fine. That's fine. Nobody minds that. Residential demand's coming back up, which is exactly what we hoped for. And then we'll want to shift these blocks over by one. No, not a bus. Not a bus! I'm going to shift this over by one tile to fill in for that. Too many roads. I would respectfully disagree with you, crazy person. Adequate fire response. Alright, so next year we're almost certainly going to need a new fire department. Oh, giant explosion noises. Why with the giant explosions? I don't see it. I heard it. Oh my gosh, game, why? Why do you do this to me? You make these giant explosion sounds for no reason. Oh my gosh. It is unnecessarily stressful. Okay, residential. Put that over there. There's almost certainly going to be enough demand to fill in another block of this. I'm just not sure if here's where I want it. Maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Oh no. Wait. Oh no, that's fine. Just confused myself, no worries. Okay, got the power all set up there. This game's soundtrack is just lovely. It's a bit goofy at times, and certainly the game's music cues aren't always right on for what's going on in the game, but the soundtrack is very nice. So that's going to cover all of this. Wondering how best to get a road around the other side. Bring this up here. And then we'll just connect it like that, I guess. That should be okay, I think. Wow, more residential demand. I'm sure that's because they haven't finished building in the big area over there. We'll check back once they do. For now, let's get the commercial demand met, because we've basically just been sitting on that this whole time. And still hurricane warning, so I'm going to save again because I'm nervous. Not just about the hurricane, but about the fact that the first time we had a hurricane, the game just straight up crashed. So... One thing that I find interesting about this game's design is that sometimes the tools try to prevent you from misusing them, and other times they just do not care. So like roads, you can overbuild infinitely. Hey, we're the state capital. And it's a statue of me. No, it doesn't actually say that. It's a statue! Just generally. Okay. Main Street will be sporting a new look every Thursday evening from 5 to 8 p.m. as the chosen site for the new Twitchton Farmers Market. The street will be closed to all traffic to make room for the dozens of local farmers, florists, craftsmen, and soap opera stars selling their goods. But don't worry, transit authorities say that traffic delays will be miniature. Come straight from work, you can stroll the street while enjoying the exotic flavors of the food from 4 of the countless ethnic food booths. There are countless booths, but you can only try food from 4 of them. Sure. There's no admission fee, and you'll find plenty of parking on neighboring lanes. Concerned parents were mad that things hadn't been handled painfully, and started a neighborhood botch program. 12th and 11th graders at Twitchton Elementary don't have time for fun and games when they've got upset taxpayers moving out of their community. Playing the role of mayor in a simulation game that puts metropolis planning in their hands, students are throwing themselves into their town-building studies like never before. Andrea Jones, social studies teacher at Twitchton Elementary School, stated students get more involved with the material because when it's interactive and fun, they stay interested. A few students have been sent to the school nurse, however, as a result of playing the game. One 8th grader suffering from old age said, "It's kind of scary. What if Twitchton is just boy. Locals with insomnia continue to be prey for unscrupulous purveyors of bogus shoes. Although incurable, insomnia can be relieved by shoes, whereas bogus shoes provide no relief and cost about 1/10 to produce. You can't hardly tell the difference unless you got insomnia," grunted bumpy insomnia sufferer Vanessa Schneider. "But if you got it, bogus shoes don't do you no good at all. It's a crime, I tell you. I want to know why the police don't stop this. That's what we pay them for." Well, I mean, you don't pay them. Sorry, buddy. Sighed one angry citizen, clutching his pocket. 3 citizens out of 10 surveyed preferred the more avid version. And we'll ignore the article about murder. Okay. Well, what was I doing? Because I've already forgotten. Again. I think I was putting light commercial along here and dense down here. That's why I have the camera tilted over here like this. And I have to do that. Let's check underground real quick. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I did that. That's fine. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like the residential demand is still staying pretty much sky high. So I'm going to put up some more housing up on top of this hill. I'm also on the drive up to it. I believe all of that should get constructed just fine. Yeah, should be good there. Okay. So that'll do for that area, I guess. Looks alright. Let's try to get this all linked up together. Okay. These road placements are a little bit ugly, but that's okay. Just gonna flatten all that crap out real quick. Use up the entirety of the Twitchton coffers for it. Just do that so that it builds together. And that's the end of 2075. Yeah, we have to get another fire department. Fire station. Let's just put it down in the crook of that road. Sure. I feel like there's somewhere else we need it. Well, either way, let's change the budget. I'm not paying a full 100 extra. Come on, buddy. Alright, 80% funding is what he wants. Alright. So I've made a little bit more space up here. We're probably going to put another fire station here and a police station here eventually. But I'm not going to really worry too much about that until we start developing that hill. We do probably want to flatten this top bit out. Make that a little bit more attractive later on. Not so much now, of course, but when it becomes relevant. No money!
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
Alright, that'll be a start. Man, those services and ordinances are costing quite a bit of money. The increased tax revenue is actually more than making up for it. which is fantastic. I think that's great. Okay, so that roundabout road is going to connect up down here, I think. So let's just get that linked up. Oh, traffic there is pretty bad. Let's just fill in this commercial area here. Water shortage. Water shortage? Seriously? Okay. More pumps, more pumps, more pumps, more pumps. Time for more pumps. Water pumps. And that should keep us for a little while. There's a certain amount pumped per pump per tile, and it's best when they're like in a corner or like a U, or I mean even if they're just one tile in the middle of a lake, that's optimal. Although obviously you also then have to pay for the raised cabling and everything to make them work. Oh crap, wait a minute. I've made a mistake. I was going to connect here. Actually, putting up another couple of 2-tile wide buildings might be really good here. So let's put another water tower down here, fittingly right next to the fire station. And then we are also going to put down another bus stop right next to it, because the traffic out here is going to be horrendous, starting pretty soon, I think. Three, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's 7, isn't it? Oh, gotta be here. Okay. I just want to fix the grid system that I've got going. Oh, crap. It's 1 tile away. Oh, no. Okay, that means that every... Oh, man, come on. Yeah, it's gonna have to be here, and then I'm just gonna have to live with it, I guess. It's just gonna be like a 1 tile wide space in the middle here that just doesn't quite match up. It. How? Every few tiles is probably going to need like a little road extension sticking off it. Oh, that's going to look so dumb. Well, maybe I can fix that by just bypassing this altogether. I'm kind of annoyed at myself for doing that. the very least, I'm going to cut it off there and migrate it back over this way after that. Hopefully that'll alleviate that problem going forward, but what do I do about it now? That should cover the whole thing, I think. Yeah, that should work. We're just gonna have industry along all of that. And nope. Don't have the money. Okay. We're gonna run power. Oh. Yeah. Alright. Just run that along there. That goes there. This goes there. This goes there. Whoops. Guess we're just gonna have double power lines there for a little bit. Now we can just fill this entire thing up with pollution belching industry. Perfect. And then we also need to water it, lest I forget yet again, which I seem to have done. Wait, oh, that's weird. There's a building's pipe under there. Not quite. There we go. All's well. Right. Well, looks like that part of the city's growing in quite smoothly. Let's speed it up so that it has a chance. Oh no, power blackout. Or brownout, I guess. Gotta be joking me. Power plant needed. Are you kidding? Do you see how many power plants we have? How can you power plant needed me? Alright, whatever. Alright. Well. Let's just dump some water down the hill and see what we can do about it. So this is the fusion power plant. $40,000. Fusion energy is clean, reliable, efficient, and expensive. Accidents may destroy the plant, but will not spread radioactive havoc, which happens with nuclear plants. If they get blown up, then there's permanent nuclear waste, which is obviously not ideal. 2,500 megawatts for that. It's essentially worth 100 of these, according to that, which is not even slightly a good deal. Hydra's broken, man. Like, seriously broken. Okay, so that'll probably meet the needs of this project, but will not go much further, unfortunately. They still want more industry, like, a lot more industry. And so we shall give it to them. Give it to our simulated citizenry. school funding. More bus stations. Oi, oi, oi. Oh good, the commercial demand is going back up. How nice. Let's put it down there just for fun. And water. And in case it wasn't staggeringly obvious, the plan is to build a connection right there. First, more power! How much output do we have? 1200. That's 60. Yeah, so 2,000 megawatts for 100 of these. How does that compare to, I don't know, I guess fusion is a little bit better. It's 500 megawatts more for the same amount of money. But I think it does actually explode eventually, which really sort of sucks. Oh, good tax revenue, nearly 2,000 bucks a year. Yeah, it's looking like we need new school, new hospital, new fire depot. We'll need them all pretty quick from the looks. This, oops, wrong button, wrong tool. This right here, this is, oops. This is Lake Duchess now. Okay. Why police noises? Why? Why would you do this? Police noises, no.
Helicopter 1 reporting heavy traffic.
Oh my gosh, stop with the noise. Got plenty of police power distribution. I mean, this honestly looks fine to me. I could be completely wrong about how it works, but I mean, this is with no funding, so I don't feel like it's that big of an issue, you know? Because we're not actually giving them any money? Yeah, they've arrested 136 people with no staff at all. No officers. Surely it's fine and that siren noise won't keep happening. Goodness me. Okay, roads. Ah! Budgets! Uh-oh, crime is out of control and we need more police stations. Alright, so we need more money for the fire department. You're fine, you're fine. Okay. Oh, that's not even the right placement for that. Well, how can that be? Oh, that's why. Nope, we're good. I'm just going crazy, that's all. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, these aren't even necessary. I can put dense industrial there. Herp derp 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 derp. Okay, you know what? Just to shut you up, here's a police station. Here's gonna be, we're gonna have another fire station right down here. And we're gonna put down a hospital right here, because I don't want to develop that properly. It's weirdly shaped and I don't like that. We'll put down, that's too big. We'll put down, that's too big. We'll have a school here, sure, why not? We'll have a couple of small parks. You can maybe tell I'm getting a little bit, like, frazzled by this. Now we need, like, massive blocks of commerce and residential. Residential. That's what I said. Residential. Ooh, a tornado at sea. Okay, how many people are gonna die in an explosion of a building that doesn't exist this time? Place your bets. Place your bets. Twister rearranges cushion. With the usual calm before the storm, Twitchton sat in vulnerable silence yesterday, moments before toppling tornado tore up the community. Over 2 deaths were reported, and damage is estimated in the millions. That's impressive. That's impressive. Over 2 deaths, millions of dollars in damage, and nothing was harmed. We have a crime problem. We know people don't like taxes, but you know what? To be fair, I don't like taxes, and I'm one of the weirdos who advocates for a higher tax rate in real life, and I don't like taxes, so you know, there's some veracity to that. No, I want connection. Yes. It was asking me about a bridge because it. Controls. I am having trouble using them. Okay, so this is all taken care of by this road. The next one here, I think. That should be right. No, that's not right. Man, I hate these irregular little weird roads. They're just the worst. Okay, will you reduce the crime rate if I start paying you? No, you still won't. What the heck, police department? What the actual heck? I'm so confused by you people. one of my rules of thumb playing this game is to make as many connections as possible with neighbors. Just because, like, that is always beneficial to do. That's not necessarily to say that it's the best strategy to spend all of your money that way. But I find it to be consistently productive, and that's annoying. I'm also pretty sure I just blew up like 4 people's cars. Oops. Crime is out of control. We need more police stations. So here's the thing. We've already got actually quite a lot of police stations in the city. Like 7 police stations. That's a lot. Let's see. That should... So this tile is covered by this road, so we don't need to worry about that. That leaves these 3. Which means we can get it all with a road like that. Which is a trade-off of 1 tile, but I don't care. That's good enough for me. Busyness. More busyness. More of it. Nope, not a child of the internet or anything. Saying stuff like that, unironically. Alright, so that all should be watered now. Let's take a look at the graphs real quick. Wow! Got a big population boom. Traffic's been pretty consistent. It did seem to go down. It did seem to go down right when we started putting more bus stops in. Pollution was okay. It's getting bad again. No surprise. Value is coming down a little bit, which is a little bit unintuitive. Crime is the same as it's always been, but suddenly now it's a crime wave, even though it's just the same. Education's good. Health is good. Percentage watered is alarmingly erratic over the last century. Not really sure how to read that one. Okay. Alright. Yeah. So we're in pretty good shape, honestly, given everything. Oh, that's an overlay I probably should have been using all along. And that should be a water pump. Okay. Alright. Wow, 100% funding and it's gotten down to the national average. Maybe this has an effect over time. Huh. I've never seen that with the other ones, but I usually keep them all the way funded most of the time. Or not all the way, but like as funded as they're supposed to be. It's very peculiar. I just looked at the date up here and I thought it said 2003 and I was very confused for a moment. I was like, but surely it couldn't be that early in the game. I must have been playing for longer. Then I realized I was just being dumb. Let's put a road out like that. That'll get all of this stuff. It's only 5, so let's put it here. That's where I'll want it to turn to cover all of this. And do we want to just live with a wonky road, or do we want to actually make better use out of this and turn it like that? instead actually build a little cul-de-sac here. And that'll get all of these. Okay. Nice big residential block here. That's light residential. Crap. Big honking waste of money just doing that way. Okay, dance commercial here. Now we need to go back to building more power plants because we're almost out of power again. Hey, crime actually went down finally. Now, how much do I need to defund you? Are you kidding? You could have made do with 5% funding. Screw you. It's 3 whole power plants, man. Looks like where the police station is concerned, we may need to take a little bit longer sort of figuring it out. Yeah, too many roads. Alright, more power, I do believe, is the priority right now. Fortunately, we just have these ginormous areas of wall that are essentially not hurting us at all to have developed like this. Alright, that's more power plants. I think I want to bring it down to like here. So that's where this cliff cuts off. I can't do that this year, though. Budget music, you guys. Budget music. Crime rate is comparable to the national average. Raise it by another 10% and wait a year. And then on the other side, we'll probably just round out the edges of this. Oh, I don't know, maybe. Maybe we want to follow the contour of this a little bit better. Maybe not, I'm not sure. I think that's probably what we'll do when we need power again later. How's the crime rate, Chief Dread? Cut back on services until our funds increase. Yeah, but or I could like pay for the services and have them? Like, Did you think of that, buddy? Water shortage again? Man. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 13 more power plants before that part of the project is complete. Not sure how much of this we really have to have right away. Okay. Fire squishes Twitchton. A fire raced through an apartment complex, causing an estimated $7 million in damage. No deaths were reported in the blaze, but an elderly priest sustained injuries when she leapt from a 5-story building with her pet shark under her arm after hearing about the fire on the 9 o'clock news. Mayor Cog the Cat assured Twitchton denizens that downtown rebuilding will begin terribly as many crucial metropolis buildings were destroyed. I didn't even see the fire. I'm not convinced it happened. A survey taken among schools indicated that children enjoyed watching the proceedings. Concerned parents were mad that things hadn't been handled undoubtedly and started a neighborhood botch program to something. The emperor was ambushed and then trapped in Honduras. There was literally no fire. What the heck? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. You know, call me crazy, but I think this guy's worked out how to game me for more money. I think I'm getting shaken down. Four more power plants. Oh, the Darko is in Edinburgh. Mayor, currently released from Edinburgh General after a severe case of old age, told the crowd about how Darko would change the lives of residents everywhere, underwriters in particular. So, the deal with arcologies is that you basically just have to exceed a certain city size, and then you get to build them. They're still very expensive. They're very big. But they're also like entire chunks of your city just on one 5-tile wide thing. So it's kind of a game changer once you get access to them. And you do definitely need to like really focus on the RCIs to make sure that your city is as dense as it can possibly get. So arcology cities, you tend to see like a lot of terraforming to make more room for residential, and then all of the stuff to support it. So we might eventually head that direction, but I'd rather get a more natural looking city first before we even worry about that. Alright. crime rate is it's $59 a month. Alright, so we have power. Back to development. We have almost filled up Duchess Valley. We're starting to get there. Let's pull those down for a second. Did I forget to do the watering again? Kinda looks like maybe I did. Yeah, I definitely did. Whoops. Oh crap. Check that out, it's not storing anything. Because we have another water shortage. Another freaking water shortage, somehow. And both the water towers have drained out. And they're keeping us going, which is good, but I think it's time to build more. Because we can't have water shortages like that just all the time. We also are going to want to pump out Lake Duchess the same way that we've done with the other lakes. They're their little ponds. And pipes. No, pipes, not water pumps, pipes. There, and $2. $1 short. Day late and $1 short. Skip ahead to December and wait for the budget. Then we can build more residential because that's just what we do now. Alright. Roads, education, etc. Extra roads, I don't want them. Just preemptively power that all up. Okay. So let's zone out a little bit more residential just while we're at it. Make sure that there's enough to meet the demand. Yeah. More water. This is connected to the water mains, right? I'm just going insane. Too many roads. Wow. You just want the whole hog, don't you? He wants every penny I'm gonna give him. Well, you know what we're gonna do is put another police station up here. We're going to power it. We're going to water it. Going to give it plenty of sunshine and feed it every day. Take it on long walks. We're gonna build a statue. I'm gonna build a statue. Where? Where do we want a statue? Behind the hospital. Sure, why not? Yay! A bronze statue built in 2098. Because that's not insane at all. Not a bit. Not even a tiny. Okay. A little pop of residential there. It doesn't seem worth it to run a road through here, but I don't see how else I'm gonna cover all of this area. At the very least, we can do that. What we can do is put a couple water towers along here. That might alleviate some of the burden. And also, it gets me out of having to worry about placement of roads and the like. Somewhat. I can put the rest of that just down here, I think. Oh, I can't because it's the power cable for the pump is in the way. That's silly. Turns out the sweet spot is 100% funding. As soon as the industrial demand recovers, we're going to fill all of this in. But we're gonna wait until they actually want it a little bit more first. Make sure that it's all kosher. Although, I wonder why these haven't been built. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's out of range. Well, in that case, you get to be small parks, because that's what we do with spots like that, is we turn them into small parks. Yay! And incrementally increase land value, just because. Da da da. Alright, so I think Lake Duchess's development is pretty much where we want it for the time being. Oh, actually, I haven't been checking this since we got the extra police station. Let's reduce it to 80% and see what happens. What are we gonna do with this? I feel like the best bet is to flatten out at least the top 2 layers, maybe the top 3, but that's going to be very costly. This one we can wipe out the top 2 for not all that much money, so let's work on that next. It's going to be a good little project. About 2 years worth. Maybe the same thing up here because that's a nice area as well. Okay, so that's cleared. Let's knock this whole thing down. That should be fine. Wanted to steer clear of too much terraforming, but it looks like this area isn't going to really be useful to us unless we do at least some. A little bit more there. Getting close to time for us to be done, which is about right since it's 2101 AD. So I think what we're going to do is make the night's goal just clearing this off and getting this section prepared to have roads running over it. And it looks like the demand indicators are recovering as well, so that's good news. And before I forget to do it, let's clear out a little bit of space for some buses. Clear and then D-zone. So we'll have one there and one there. Hope that should deal with most of the problem. They seem to have some kind of radius on them, where it checks a certain number of tiles out before trying to place traffic tiles. Okay, so both of those are de-zoned. We'll put down the bus depots. Toot, 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 toot. Is there anywhere else that needs one desperately? That. Wow, holy crap. That road is in bad shape. Oh, you sneaky little boogers. Don't build so quickly that I can't build over it. That's my job. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, so here we might want one, and here we might want one. There's already one here. That's not one. Yeah, so we might want to put one like here next to the church. Yeah, that looks like a good spot for it. We might want to put one down here as well. Passengers per day, just shy of 3,000 on 56 buses over 17 city bus stations. Dang. Alright. Got this. 73, 74. That's livable, I guess. Right now, that's all we need. 81, that's pretty bad, though. Okay, well, that's the buses taken care of. Let's go back to knocking a mountain down. I find it very interesting just seeing some of the special tiles, like the special case tiles that it has for like when certain invalid hillsides get created. It just puts a placeholder tile in there. You booger. Alright. Now let's actually bring it down one more layer. We'll have the money over the course of the next 2 years-ish, I think. So we actually do need a new police station now, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so like these things, these weird little tiles, because normally in the random generator this can never happen. You can never have 2 points like this that slope down to the same middle. So it doesn't know what to do, so it just sets that, that like landfill tile in place. And truthfully, I don't like them. So I'm going to try and make a point of clearing out any area where that happens. There's a ton that I can do to interact with them right now. So let's just clean up all of this mess. I think we are just about done for the evening. I want to make sure that the road can come up this smoothly. So that's why I am doing that. And while we're at the terraforming, let's just make it as clean as possible. Okay. Well, it's been a good little run at Twitchton. We've got a clear goal: colonize this, build up this corner here, make some more connections next time. We want to probably try and sort out the crime issue once and for all if we can. Seems like we've made some progress towards that. It's not really clear what's going on because our high crime areas also are our high police areas, and supposedly when you have both you don't have the high crime anymore, but here we are. So like, yeah, massive amount of crime right around the police stations. Just a little weird if you think about it. Yeah, the police station, the police influence is like right on top of the crime rate. areas, the high crime areas. It might be beneficial to like start pairing off the police stations. I wonder if that's the case. I wonder if that actually does anything. You see that like this area here is maxed out on police power. So the only thing that you could do to make it better is like set another one down here, or like maybe over here. And nothing else is really going to make this any better or worse. Because they have a radius. So Twitchton has grown significantly since last week. It now sprawls across most of the map, I think just about. Maybe about a third of the possible space. Maybe closer to a half, I'm not sure. I suppose there's probably stats for that someplace, but at least right now, I think I'm happy with where we're at. Yeah, we've got electronics boom, which is exactly what we hoped for. Our population is pretty high, not the highest in our area, but close. Alright. Well, with that, I think it's time to call it good for the evening. And I will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. So have a great evening, everybody. And I'll come back to you next time, and we'll do some more Twitch then.